All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Prophet John here. Hope you guys are doing well. You can't even make this up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this up. I mean, I laugh at just how ridiculous some of the stuff is, man. Like, I mean, they will go through any type of they're just demonic. Anyways, so yesterday, I made a Twitter post. I'm surprised it wasn't censored, by the way. But I made this Twitter post here, and I said that the coronavirus now 25,000 infected. Now these are fake numbers, by the way, right? 25,000 infected on the media fake numbers. Okay. And then I said, by the way, if the Senate votes on and the Senate acquits Donald Trump from impeachment Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the liberals, the Democrats, liberals, could leak the true numbers of the coronavirus to crash global economies. Be ready if this happens. Hmm. Because if Donald Trump's acquitted, then impeachment's over. So the next thing the Democrats are going to want to do is crash the economy. That's all they're going to have left. We've been talking about this since last summer. For you guys that are not on Patreon, we've been talking about this since last summer. And so I think I even talked about it here, a couple of times as well. We even talked about it here, I believe, as well. You know, that this is their goal is to crash the economy so that they can blame Trump for the economy. But the coronavirus showed up. So now you can't blame Trump on the economy because the coronavirus is now here. So Donald Trump's going to blame it on the coronavirus, right? And so will the world. The world will say, no, all the economies are crashing because of the coronavirus, right? So now you can't pin it on Donald Trump. You see how that works? So Democrats they're going to want to crash the economy anyway and try to pin it on Donald Trump. But China's economy is crashing right now. Doesn't matter what the stock markets are doing because they're printing fake money into the stock markets. And China made the announcement that they're going to take 1.2 trillion yuan and throw it into the stock market. So the markets are going to be green and stop it from crashing. The economy has halted all around China. Borders are closed. Nobody's making any money unless you work online. But yet the markets are green, and that's because they're pumping money, trillions of dollars into the markets to keep it green from crashing, right? And how long can you do that, though? You know what I mean? If the economy isn't running, how long can you pump money into the markets and not let it just crash naturally? Because that's what's going on with the actual day to day environment. Nothing's happening. The economy has literally stopped. Okay, so the markets are supposed to be an indication of what's going on with society, right? If society has halted, the markets will crash. If society's doing bad and going under bankruptcy and things like that, the market should reflect that. The market shouldn't be up 10,000%, and yet there's bankruptcy and devastation in your economy, right? That's not how the markets are supposed to work. The markets are supposed to be free. The markets are supposed to be free trading and free markets. You're not supposed to print fake money out of thin air and then prop up the markets and pretend and say, hey, everybody, everything is fine because our markets are green. When everybody in China is inside doing nothing all day because they can't come outside, and people in China are probably looking like, how is our markets green when everything is closed? We can't even buy food outside, and our markets are green. Okay, so it's so backwards thinking and so backwards action that's going on in the world today. We just take money out of thin air, right? And we use it to prop up the markets. But we can't take money, for some reason, we can't take money out of thin air to stop homelessness. We can't take money out of thin air to build up the communities. We can't take money out of thin air to build up new apartments and build up new libraries, build new schools, build new roads and bridges and airports and things, and build our country up. But we can take trillions of dollars and put it into the stock market. Like anybody really, like the normal average person cares about the stock market because they don't. But yet that's what we do, right? America has literally printed digitally and physically over $10 trillion now. And we put it into the markets instead of rebuilding America, rebuilding our economy, rebuilding our structure that we wouldn't even need to prop the stock market up if we actually took that money and rebuild America, which creates jobs, which creates new jobs, new shopping centers, new shopping malls, new libraries, new schools, new airports, new this and that, new bridges, new roads. People are working, and then people get to get new jobs and things at the new shopping centers and stuff. If you take that money and rebuild America, then your economy is thriving for 20, 30 years. Taking $10 trillion and propping up the stock market is literally good for like 3 months, and that's it. Right? But if you took that same money and you actually rebuild America and made it look like Dubai, you're good for now 20 years. But we don't think that way anymore in America. It's always just get things done right away. It's fast food and processed food and GMOs. Our minds are gone, And I put down here, they couldn't even wait till 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at this from Cliff High. Zero Hedge. Did China accidentally leak the true terrifying coronavirus status? Basic statistics. Look at that. 154,000 people infected on February 1st, 2020. We're at February 5th right now. So this number is over 200,000 now. This number is probably 250,000 now or whatever. 200,000, 250,000 now. Look at that. These are the real numbers. These are the numbers we've been talking about. This is the 10x numbers that we've been talking about. Box Mining's talking about. Box Mining lives in Hong Kong. He calls his family members up that are in China, and Beijing and other places in China that are stuck inside their houses for 3 weeks now, and they're telling him it's 10 times worse than what they're saying. Right? You got people in China that go to the moors and to the funeral homes and stuff, and there's body bags everywhere. You go into the hospitals and stuff, you see body bags everywhere, and yet they're telling you only a little under 500 have died. Yeah, okay. Oh, only 25,000 is infected. It's growing. It's growing, but it's only 25,000. Nah. Nah, people inside China already said it was over 100,000 easily weeks ago. So you can imagine what it is now, 250,000, easily 250,000 people. This was February 1st, 154,000 people. They actually so basically what they were doing was they would take this number and they would just chop the end off, and then they'll make it 15,000, right? They'll just make it 15 because at around February 1st I think it was around 15,000. So what they're doing is they're just chopping off the end numbers. So when they make it go live, they'll just chop the end numbers off. Oh, there's only 15,000 infected. It's not that much. It's still bigger than the what is it, SARS or SARS outbreak. It's still bigger than that, right? But this is the real numbers. We've been saying it all along that they're hiding the numbers. They own Government officials said that they were hiding the numbers. And it wasn't because of them, it was because of people over top of them that told them to suppress the numbers by 10. That's how I got the 10x. They told us, right? We don't need to guess about some things. These people will literally tell you exactly what they're doing. Okay? So Zero Hedge has been banned from Twitter because he puts out information like this that is really accurate, and so Twitter has banned him. But whatever, free, maybe he can create another account or something. I don't know, or disguise himself. They banned Benny. He came back disguising himself as well, somebody else. So yeah, you can disguise yourself. I mean, they'll get you again eventually because freedom of speech is gone here. They'll get me as well eventually. They'll get everybody. They don't want none of us on here. But either way, China's numbers are fake. We already knew that. We knew it was times 10. Officials told us in China. I'm pretty sure he got reprimanded for that, maybe even killed for that. We haven't heard from him ever again. And so this is what's going on. And anybody that's putting out the truth in China is being arrested. They're coming to your door, knocking on your door, breaking into your door because it's communism, and communism doesn't care about freedom or democracy. And so you got to be careful. Box Mining needs to be careful. Now he's in Hong Kong. That's different. They're more democratic. They love USA rules and laws and things like that. So they're more democratic in Hong Kong, and that's why the oppressors are trying to oppress them in Hong Kong because they want to use U.S. dollars and they want to trade in U.S. dollars and things like that. And Xi Jinping and his oppressive communism wants them to use the Chinese yuan instead of the U.S. dollar, and so and destroy their businesses and stuff if they don't use the Chinese yuan, and if they don't stop building churches and things like that. It's different in Hong Kong than it is everywhere else. And so they want to suppress Hong Kong, suppress them, stop using the U.S. dollar, stop being so democratic and American over there. They hate it. They hate it with all their hearts, right? Because they love communism and they love the destruction, and they hate Christ and Yeshua over there as well. So they're destroying all the churches and things like that. And then boom, the coronavirus comes out, and people are saying, what happened to Xi Jinping? Now there was an article that said that Xi Jinping was in a meeting with leaders yesterday, but no one has seen the guy. They're saying that people in China said they haven't seen Xi Jinping in weeks. So who knows? The last time people saw Xi Jinping is when he was coughing on television. So he was coughing and people thought that he had caught the coronavirus. So who knows? I did say on Patreon that Xi Jinping would pay for not showing up to the trade deal, and China will suffer for it as well. And a few days later, the coronavirus has made China suffer, and now people are asking, is Xi Jinping actually dead? Who knows? We don't know. We'll find out in the future. Just like Ruth Ginsburg has not been seen in years as well. Of course, she didn't show up to the State of the Union speech. She hasn't shown up to anything, really. People are saying, well, we've seen her double, but we haven't seen actually her. It's always been her. When somebody has seen her, it's been the double, not her. Okay, so I guess they really actually know how she actually looks. And she, no, that's not her because she has a mold here or this there or that there, and that person that this double did not. So I don't know what Trump is doing because Donald Trump and Pence and the White House, if this woman is actually dead, I don't know why they're covering it up. I still don't know why. Maybe there's a plan for that. I don't know why. If Ruth Ginsburg has passed away and has been dead, then Donald Trump and his administration and the White House need to let the American people know. People shouldn't be asking, where is Ruth Ginsburg, right? And so this is just ridiculous. Anyways, it is what it is. America has literally lost its mind, and it is what it is. Now the Republicans, now the Democrats are saying Nancy Pelosi rocks. A person that has lost her mind is literally mentally crazy now, with meltdowns on national television for the world to see. She rocks. People in her community are are literally crapping on the streets in San Francisco, as one-bedroom apartment is now $3,000 a month, and homeless people are building tents everywhere in San Francisco. But she rocks. Taxes skyrocket. Oil prices in California skyrocketing. Everything, buying just normal things in California skyrocketing. But Nancy Pelosi rocks. This is the brainwashing of the United States of America, and it is sickening. Peace out, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Eyes open.